Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the American Nightmare Podcast. This is episode 95, recorded February 25th,
Getting up there.
2026. Yes, it is.
Hey now.
What's up?
Yeah.
Can't wait for winter to be over,
All
man.
right,
Winter
all
sucks
right.
ass.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because my sister and her family came to visit, and Saturday it's 76 degrees, and we did an 8-mile walk, and then Sunday it was beautiful, almost 80 degrees, and we did another walk near the ocean at this bird sanctuary, and then all of a sudden she's getting text messages from family back home like, "Oh my God, we're gonna get this massive blizzard. It's gonna be crazy." And then she gets a text message from JetBlue because she flew out of JFK. And JetBlue said, we're closing.
They got more snow down that way than we did.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they said like 22 inches at the airport there. So closed Sunday, closed Monday. We're not sure what'll happen Tuesday. We'll keep you posted. And she's like, "Oh shit, our flight is Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. So then Monday we went to Disneyland. Beautiful, 80 degrees out. There was a nice breeze. It was sunny. We went on some rides, ate some food. We walked like another 5.5 miles. And then on the way home, she's like, "Well, our flight didn't get canceled yet." So,
that's good.
So she gets up, goes to the airport at 5 a.m. The flight is delayed until 2 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, 8 hours.
Just sitting in an airport.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Time to drink.
That sucks.
Well, I guess I'll go get high.
I guess I get high. But it's funny because she said, up her way where she lives, they barely got any snow at all.
Really? Jim Thorpe?
We got about like 5 or 6 inches.
Yeah. It's
interesting.
It seems if you're closer to the coast.
Like 4, I think we got.
Well, the guys near where I used to work, some of them were saying they got close to 22 inches.
Yeah. Somebody, was it Providence? They got like 38 inches.
Yeah, Providence. Yeah, I saw that. And Boston got hammered too.
Yeah, my older brother, he's in Middletown, New Jersey. It's like close to the shore, and I think he got like almost 2 feet.
Wow.
Was it a wet snow or a dry snow?
Yeah,
it was wet. It sucked ass.
Because it was 32 degrees. So it was maybe 33,
and could
34.
you imagine how bad it would have been if you still had those fucking 3-degree temperatures over there?
Yeah. And then at some point, like, it was above freezing, so that's why it was wet. It was just like, it was still snowing because of the cold air up above.
Fuck snow.
But it came down and hit just like 33 degrees. It was just catching a little moisture, you know what I mean?
Snow is another horror.
Indeed. Indeed it is.
It's horrible. I'm tired of it. Done with it.
Yeah. Winter's sounds like the East Coast has had enough of winter.
Yeah, we're supposed to get more this coming weekend, I think, or next. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, more.
Fuck
more.
that.
Yeah, it just keeps.
This is what I said to my sister. See, this is incentive. The East Coast is trying to tell you it's time to move to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get started with some horror news.
Some fun horror.
Yeah.
If we found out yesterday, Event Horizon sequel is in the works.
Yep.
Yes. Breaking news yesterday. A sequel is coming. 28-year-old horror classic is coming back. Yes. We don't have any real details other than Universal Pictures just gave the green light for part 2.
Oh, yeah.
The prequel graphic novel was pretty good.
And, yeah. At the moment, the movie is called Return to Event Horizon, but that's not the final name.
So it's not definitely not a prequel.
No, it's a sequel.
If it's a return, yeah.
Right, and notably, they're talking about bringing back some older characters, including the return of Dr. Ware as the continued influence of the chaos dimension.
Well, because I mean, he
Yeah.
got pretty fucking weird and possessed by whatever, I think.
Yeah. And I saw an interview about a year or two ago when they asked him, would he want to do another film? And he said, "Yeah, that was a fun
Nice.
film." So,
that's sweet.
Gotta stop.
Yeah.
Stop making those Jurassic Park movies.
Exactly. What the fuck? Jesus. Yeah, so the key details that we have, I just did a lookup of this upcoming movie. So it's production and release is going to be done by Universal Pictures. They're in the process of developing the project right now. The tentative plan is to release it late in 2028. The plot focus is going to be a story that's expected to explore both the events preceding the 1997 film and what occurred after.
Nice.
It is described as taking the original film's horror themes further and potentially involving a new rescue crew, and return of characters like Dr. Ware as the continuing influence of the Chaos Dimension. So I'm excited for that.
I am too, yeah.
Yeah.
Deadline is reporting, our next story here, Deadline is reporting that the Clayface DC Universe horror film has melted into October. Looks like it's not going to get released until October. I think initially it was like early September, or it may have been Labor Day weekend or somewhere around there. But now they're pushing it to October, and basically because they're releasing a film sequel to Practical Magic, which is coming out for post Labor Day weekend, and that pushes Clayface out of that position.
That's a shitty reason to push it back.
Is that like the Batman? And they're calling it a horror or what? No.
Yeah. Clayface is going to be DC Universe horror film. Yeah.
Even though it's like a comic. Okay.
No, I mean, come on. Comics can be horror. There's plenty of horror comics.
No, I
that
get
Event
it.
Horizon comic was
the Crow. Yeah, the Crow's a horror, I guess.
Walking Dead.
Yeah. You know what? There's another story that I forgot to post here, but we'll talk about it at the end. The next news story, In a Violent Nature 2 is on its way.
Nice. So we're walking.
In the second film, according to Variety, in the second film, Johnny heads to summer camp where he crosses paths with a young outcast camper who is forced to spend the night with his counselor sister and her friends in their annual end-of-season party. Johnny, a vengeful undead killer who embarks on a bloody rampage after a group of teens steal a golden locket that awakens his spirit. In the second film, Johnny heads to summer camp where he crosses paths with... I just read that. Anyway, it's being shopped around for European distributors right now, so it's getting made, kids.
All right.
Our next story, Mike Flanagan's Carrie series is set to air this October.
Nice.
According to the Direct.com, the last day of filming on Carrie was posted on Mike Flanagan's Instagram account. It says, "This is our last day of filming. It has been one of the best experiences of my career, one of the very best ensembles I've ever worked with, and already one of my favorite projects ever. I cannot wait for all of you to see what we made."
Sweet.
Excellent. Now that's shifted over to Prime, right? Because he had because he had a contract with Netflix and he jumped ship and went to Prime.
Yep.
Okay.
And then on top of that, Katie Sackhoff, who is one of the characters, one of the actors in the new movie. You might remember her as Starbuck from yes. I can't remember the fucking TV show years ago, but she was pretty hot and it was a pretty cool show. I don't know why I can't remember the name. Probably because I'm old. But she was at Fan Expo Vancouver panel, and she said October 2026, Carrie comes to Amazon. And she said everyone is really going to enjoy it. Psycho Killer just released another trailer with a clip in the beginning of it that is pretty cool.
Was
It
it the
shows
Moby? It
you
wasn't the Moby Dick. No,
the what? But who?
the Moby Dick. I forget the
Moby
name of the show. Yeah,
Dick?
wasn't Starbuck a character in Moby Dick? I don't
No,
remember.
Starbuck
Okay.
was a spacecraft pilot
Yeah,
Firefly?
yeah.
from that.
But that's old though. That was really old though, right?
Yeah, it's early 2000s. Yeah. It was a remake of a really, really, really old one. Starbuck was a man in that film,
yeah. He was
but
that
they made her
blonde-haired
into a
dude.
woman in the reboot.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Shit.
Battlestar
That's it,
Galactica.
Yeah.
Aaron Gray played that
Cylons.
character in the original.
Yeah. Well, not Starbuck.
Yeah,
Starbuck
she
was
played
the
the
dude.
Colonel something or other. She was hot.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
Yeah, they switched it around in the remake. Katie Sackhoff, when she was pretty young, was pretty hot. She was Starbuck, and then the Colonel
Guy.
was
Gotcha.
a man. So, anyway, Psycho Killer has released a new trailer with a little clip of the murderer going into his hiding spot in a hotel.
That got a lot of bad reviews, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got a lot of bad reviews.
0 on Rotten Tomatoes, apparently.
The way I see it.
Really?
Yeah, it got a 0 for a while there. A lot of people were saying that it's so predictable.
Yeah,
they said it was like just all idiots. And then there was a bunch of there was some really bad. I will say there was some really bad CGI that could have been practical, and I don't understand why it wasn't. And that's a little bit upsetting.
Yeah.
But I was entertained by the film. I personally would have given it a 3.5 stars because
0 seems a bit.
Although the writings,
0 seems a bit harsh. Like considering you.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it kind of reminded me of The First Power,
which was a good movie. I like that movie.
The Satanic Killer and
Lou Diamond.
And Lou Diamond Phillips as the cop who was going after him. And, this one was similar. This was cop's spouse gets killed. The cop takes out a personal vendetta against his serial killer. Chases him to Pennsylvania. There was a lot. It was a decent film, I think. I was entertained. It's one of those films that, you want to watch some movie that's crazy and get some popcorn. Yeah, do it. Yep. It's kind of a B movie. I don't understand why, but it is a bit of a B movie. But it was still decent. You got to remember, like, it's not the best writing ever, but it is the guy who wrote.
I'm surprised. The Barbarian. I'm just...
Well, no, the guy that wrote this film was the guy that wrote Seven.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, how can you fuck something up?
Yeah.
Right. No. Plus, like, wasn't James Wan involved somehow? Producer, maybe.
No, I forget who the producer was.
Dude, there was a ton of like huge backup.
Vertigo Entertainment, Regency Films, and New Regency. Those were the ones that all produced it. So it wasn't top quality, but I will say the woman that was the police officer was a great actor. She was the lead role in Barbarian.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so it wasn't a 4-star film, that's for sure.
But not a 0 either.
But I wouldn't call it 0. Like maybe, some people might want to give it 2 stars because the writing isn't awesome. There were a couple scenes that were downright funny, but at the Q&A session, even the actor that played their murderer said he expected the audience to laugh at a couple of those spots, and they did. And he goes, "That's good," because when I read the script, I'm like, that is funny. That's kind of silly. And it was. So I guess maybe I had the knowledge of that made it, okay. But other people watch it and go, that's just fucking silly. Why would you have that in there? But it was written that way,
Malcolm McDowell's in it too, right?
He makes more or less a cameo. He gets killed in a very crazy way.
Yeah.
Anyway, so see it when it comes to stream. I don't know that I'd go to the theater to watch it, but when it's in streaming, watch it.
Will do.
It's entertaining. All right. Bill Hader is going to make a featured directorial debut with a comedy horror film called They Know.
I saw that.
According to Deadline,
he did everything, right? Wrote, directed, starred,
nice.
maybe.
Yep. It says that according to Deadline, it'll begin production this spring in Los Angeles. With this film, Hader sent to be the latest major comedic talent to make his mark in horror, joining the lineage that includes Jordan Peele, Zach Cregger, most recently Curry Baker.
Don't forget Pete Davidson too. Pete Davidson did like 3 horror movies in a row, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, but he didn't write or direct them.
No. But he was in them as far as he was call him a comedian, I guess, if you want it. But
but this is comedians that have become writer directors: Jordan Peele, Zach Cregger, and Curry Barker. Right. Last month we talked about the fact that there's the new Evil Dead film.
Oh yeah, Evil Dead Burn
that they announced. Yep.
I got a little whiff
the
of
film
that.
The film that's coming out after that now has a title: Evil Dead Wrath.
Interesting.
And it's now in production, according to the Screen Guild of New Zealand. On their website, they list a bunch of interesting things about movies that are beginning to film in New Zealand. And it says, currently in production in Auckland, there's a film called Good Bones.
Is that a porno?
Wonder what it is.
Not a porno.
No. I mean, I guess it could be. Another film, The Legend of Zelda.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh, boy.
Well, I mean, they've done a Mario movie now, and they've done, they've done Street Fighter movie, another Street Fighter movie coming out, and and Zelda was a hugely popular game. So
and now you'll have a section in Universal Studios.
I'd be interested for sure. I wonder if it'll be animated or if they'll try to make it live action.
I don't know. No details here, but starting in February, Evil Dead Wrath begins filming.
I'd be interested to see now that we're getting further along in the Evil Dead universe, because they mentioned how there's like 3 books, like how the books now are gonna now that we've seen all 3 of them in different movies, how they're gonna
Will they come together to join to be one giant book?
And they'll need to bring Ash out of retirement to help.
And then there was a couple more that I noted on there. It says films prepping to film in Auckland, but don't have a date. Zombies 5. Not sure what that is. And Minecraft 2 Obsidian, which I don't know why they're making a follow-up to that shitty film.
I didn't see the first one.
Nope, I don't care to.
And then it also says the new Peter Jackson film, The Hunt for Golem, is going to start filming there too.
Ooh. Yeah, he did all the Lord of the Rings here, didn't he?
I think they've got quite a few of the stars from the original series returning. I mean, obviously, besides what's his name, who played Gollum.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna post on our Facebook and also on our Instagram feed a title for a new film coming out called Scared to Death. It's in theaters Friday the 13th.
We got 2 Friday the 13th in a row.
Yeah, February.
Back to back.
March.
How often does that happen?
Look at that.
I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, I will post the new release of The Bride trailer.
That looks really good.
Yeah. A lonely Frankenstein, played by Christian Bale, travels to 1930s Chicago to ask a groundbreaking scientist, Dr. Euphornius, played by Annette Bening. Wow, big cast, huh? To create a companion for him. The two receive a murdered young woman, and the bride, played by Jessie Buckley. She was really good in that.
Think of Ending It?
In that film from 2020. Yeah, Think of Ending Things. And the bride is born. What ensues is beyond what either of them imagined. Murder, possession, and a wild and radical cultural movement. The outlaw lovers in a wild and combustible romance. This is directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Like it's an interesting twist on the story of the Bride of Frankenstein.
You know what's weird about that movie?
What's that?
What?
The bride was in it for like 10 minutes.
Oh, the original
movie.
Yeah, the Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah.
This has almost got like a Natural Born Killers vibe to it.
Yeah, this one is she's in it for much longer, and it seems like there's a lot of craziness that goes on according to that trailer. Yeah.
Yep.
Another trailer that has come out, They Will Kill You, from New Line Cinema and Nocturna. They Will Kill You, a film unleashes blood-soaked, high-octane horror action comedy in which a young woman must survive the night at the Virgil, a demonic cult's mysterious and twisted death trap of a lair, before becoming their next offering in a uniquely brazen big screen battle of epic kills and wickedly
It looks like a lot of fun.
humor.
Like the main character, the protagonist. She was
Zazie
in Deadpool
Beetz.
2, right? She played like she was in Deadpool 2. I can't remember what the character was, but Domino. Yeah.
Domino.
Yeah, she's great. And I thought that this movie looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah. She was also in that TV series.
Yeah, she was.
Can't remember the name of it.
Battlestar Galactica? Was she in Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah.
Yeah, getting old sucks ass.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. God damn it. All right. And also the trailer for Lee Cronin's The Mummy came out a week ago.
Yeah, does that look like not anywhere near close to a mummy movie? But
no.
Well, I guess it does. They find her in Egypt or something like that anyway, but right?
The young daughter of a journalist disappears into the desert without a trace. 8 years later, the broken family is shocked when she is returned to them. As what should be a joyful reunion turns into a living nightmare.
Yeah, like just watching that
kind of reminded me of Bring Her Back.
Yeah, just watching that trailer, like it definitely you could tell like Lee Cronin, like it had that like Evil Dead Rise vibe to it. Like,
dude,
like I was like watching, I'm like, holy shit, this does not remind me of The Mummy at all. Like, I mean, yes, there's a mummy in it, but like I'm actually looking forward to this.
Oh yeah, I think this is like for the year. When is that coming out? Sal, do they say?
I don't.
This is like the first one that really grabbed my attention.
I think it's like in May or something.
2026. It's like really the first one that sort of.
Of the trailers that we watched for tonight, that one was the one I was like, oh shit, this really like grabbed me. Like,
yep.
Yeah, April 17th.
Okay, not that far away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go to the theater to see that one.
April 17th. But here's the thing, man. The producers of this one, James Wan, Jason Blum.
Wow. Yeah.
Like Blumhouse and Atomic Monster together.
Yeah.
With Lee Cronin. Oh no, that's not. Yeah. That was the previous movie.
Yep. Yeah, Lee Cronin is the director.
Yeah. It's good shit, man. It's like the
good.
powerhouses of horror.
And he's the screen. Lee Cronin wrote the screenplay and is directing it. Yeah. Wow. So this is like a powerhouse horror film.
And it looks it. It looks it.
It's been something we've all been dreaming of.
Yeah, ever since they did that awesome remake of The Invisible Man, these remakes have kind of been disappointing. But this one, or not remake, but a reimagination, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, reimagination of it, yeah. There's another trailer, too, that I shared with you guys, and that is Obsession.
Brief one. That was brief.
Yeah, not much to it, but you got the story.
And can I change my wish? Focus Features and Blumhouse.
Yeah, I think he was probably asking for some girl to fall in love with him, and it went way
because it's called Obsession. So,
yep. After breaking the mysterious One Wish Willow to win his crush's heart, a hopeless romantic finds himself getting exactly what he asked for, but soon discovers that some desires come at a dark, sinister price.
I just like the guy on the phone.
Brought to you by Focus Features and
the customer service guy's like, yeah, it doesn't really work that way.
Yeah.
You want to cancel your wish? No, I want to keep the wish. I just want to tweak it a little bit. No, yeah, it doesn't work that way.
It don't work like that.
But that's what I liked about it. It was like really just short and sweet, and you're like, you got what was going on.
Piqued my interest.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep.
And then there were two things that I completely forgot to write down in my notes because I had so much craziness going on this week. But there's a new trailer for Mortal Kombat 2. I just saw that
today. I didn't see the trailer, but I saw it dropped.
I didn't see it. Okay.
Yep. Fantastic.
Nice.
Looking forward to it. And we also found out that Jason Blum is teasing the release of the new Spawn film called King Spawn.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. I'm glad that Blumhouse picked it up and is perfecting it. So I'm sure it'll be decent.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that too. That would classify as action horror.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that's it that I have for news. You guys got anything you want to add
to
this?
See Scream 7 this weekend. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
The return of Matthew Lillard in some form. They've done a good job of not putting him in the trailers at all. So
I played Ad Infinitum. It's a video game, PlayStation 5, and I recommend it.
First person.
Yep. Yeah. It is.
What's the overall theme of this game?
It sets place World War II. I guess it's about death and dealing with death and stuff.
All right.
And they bounce between a house and the bunkers. And there's puzzles.
All right.
It's really good.
Other than being first person.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I saw Send Help a couple weeks ago, since we met last, and that was a really fun movie.
It was a good movie, yeah. It definitely was. You could tell
Sam
it was
Raimi.
definitely
for
a
sure.
Sam Raimi film.
Some of the close-ups and the extended, visuals of bodily fluids. Yes. Yeah. I saw an interview with Rachel McAdams, and she said that throw-up scene, she almost actually threw up. But the stuff that they were using as throw-up was like it was like a tangerine compote or something like that. Like it wasn't even something that like tasted gross. It was like actually but she said it was just the thought of it and having to keep spewing it in his face.
Well, the color and texture was probably the thing that really could trigger it, huh?
Yep. And I watched was it Lake Kodo? Lake Kodo? It's on HBO. It's not really a horror, but I highly recommend it.
Thriller?
It's a slow burn.
I don't mind slow burn.
But the ending, my head exploded. I was like, no fucking way.
Well, that's good then. When the payout's good, a slow burn is not a problem.
Lake Cato? I don't know.
Cato Kalin?
Yeah, maybe.
Cato Kalin?
Lake Cato, but it's on, like I said, I think it's on
fit,
HBO.
You must have quit.
Highly recommend.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit.
All right.
And I want to bring up, I got 2 new 4Ks this week. I got the new Predator Badlands 4K.
It's a great movie.
And I also picked up the special release of Lord of Illusions, Clive Barker.
Oh, geez, Clive Barker.
That was a good movie.
That was a great film. Yeah, so I got that on 4K. All right, let's move on to our 5 horror flicks that you can watch on a streaming service.
And
what streaming service did you pick?
Amazon Prime.
All right.
Just because I have some stock and I need to boost it a little bit. Rough few weeks with Amazon.
Yeah.
Anyhow, no specific order as always. First one, I don't know. I highly recommend these. It's a series of movies, The Hammer House of Horrors. I don't know. So it's an old British series of horror movies.
It sounds familiar.
I want to say 1980-ish, around 1980. So
Peter Cushing.
Yep.
What's his name?
Donald Pleasance maybe was in a few.
But who's the dude with the really deep voice that played Dracula? I forget his name.
Not Christopher Lee.
Yeah, Christopher Lee.
Yeah, Christopher Lee. Yeah.
Peter Cushing was like Bram Stoker,
yes.
and Christopher Lee was Dracula. Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. Yeah.
But they did
my favorite.
A few of those.
My favorite of that series is the Satanic Rites of Dracula.
Okay. Yep. And Frank Langella. Frank Langella was American, though. He wasn't in those, I don't think. I liked Frank Langella as Dracula, too, by the way. One of my favorites. Number 2, Funhouse.
Wow, that's a good one.
I'll watch that one anytime. Anytime I see it's on. It's just a fun movie. No pun intended. Number 3, a movie called Marshmallow.
I've heard it's good. I haven't watched it yet.
Not that long ago.
It's like a throwback slasher, right?
It is, and it's got a weird little twist at the end. But it's a cool...
I have it in my queue.
Yep. So yeah, watch that one sooner than later. Number 4, I did Shocker.
Nice.
I
was surprised to see that one on there. But I threw Companion in there.
It's a good flick.
Nice.
Yep. But Amazon doesn't disappoint. They always have a good selection.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
And they rotate. I think they do a nice job rotating as well.
I'm very excited for the next season of The Boys.
That's March, right? That's coming out soon. There's like that, Invincible, and something else are all dropping in March. Oh, Daredevil.
I started the Gen V and I didn't.
I didn't care for the Gen V stuff. It was all right, but it wasn't great.
I stopped watching.
Yeah, I didn't watch it at all.
Yeah. The Boys will be good.
It's the series finale this season, right?
Boys.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
And we wonder, how does what's
Homelander?
his face die?
Yeah.
Homelander. Who kills Homelander and how do they do it?
How? Yeah. How? It's got to be his kid, right?
Would make sense, right?
I don't know. So, all right. Awesome. Good pick. All right. Next, we have our top 5 list. The top 5 list this month is top 5 action horror.
Yeah, I couldn't believe we didn't do this before, but as I was doing it, I mean, it's a very vague. So there's a lot of movies that could fit under this. So it was difficult to try.
I tried sticking true to the action horror, though. I tried my best.
Yeah, it was difficult, though, but yes, because a lot of things qualify. All right, so this month it is Chris, Craig, Sal.
All right, so again, I like I said, it's kind of vague. So if I was just leaning towards if there was enough action in the movie that it moved outside of just traditional horror in one way or another. So my number 5 is Shaun of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Again,
there's a lot of action. It's like nonstop.
Yeah.
Right.
My number 4 is Blade. which is a good,
absolutely.
It's a great film when it came out. One of the first Marvel superhero movies. Number 3, 30 Days a Night, which I think has been on a couple of my lists. I would say that qualifies as action-esque.
Yeah, he's a cop. He's got a gun.
Chasing them, trying to defend themselves, and From Dusk Till Dawn is my number 2. The whole last scene is them fighting off the vampires, and and my number 1 is Aliens. Okay. I have a couple honorable Aliens. Yeah. So the second one, yes. All right. Honorable mentions. I'll go over them real quick. Train to Busan. That was also a nonstop action movie, I thought. Piranha 3D
because the titties under the
Piranha 3D or Piranha 3D?
No, just 3D. I mean, it could have been either one, but I think there was more action, I think, in 3D.
Listen, I went to the theater to watch 3 Double D.
That was actually in the theater?
Nice. Yes.
And Prey, which we watched a couple years ago. That I thought that as far as the Predator movies go, I thought that was more horror-esque than
action. Yeah,
but also action. So again, it's a weird genre to define easily.
No, Badlands could have been even more.
I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know. Like I said, I thought.
But that's more sci-fi. I thought.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I said,
I could have been more
but Prey
particular.
I see Badlands as more sci-fi.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
So that's my list.
Okay. Cool beans.
Fantastic. Well done.
My number 5, one that Chris had, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Nice.
Number 5. Number 4, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I throw that on my list.
That would definitely fit.
I can. Yeah. It qualifies for a lot of shit, right?
Yep. It's always fun to watch it when you're tripping.
Yeah. Number 3, took a little turn. I went with The Last of Us on HBO.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But we always include.
I hated the second.
It wasn't as good as the first one, but I didn't mind it.
They strayed horribly from the.
I don't know the game, so.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. They did. Yeah, no, the first one followed the game pretty well.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great fucking show. The first season was amazing. Second season was like, what the fuck are they doing?
I don't know the game, so for me it didn't.
It sucks. I know it sucks though, because you play the game and you know what the fuck's going to happen. Number 2, Overlord.
Oh yeah,
what a fucking action was. That's action packed.
Dude, you're like reading my list. What's going on here?
All right, sorry.
Totally forgot about that one.
Number 1, Grindhouse.
Also a good one.
Oh, nice.
I combined both, because Grindhouse was, but you could take either movie.
What was the
or
Death
Proof.
Yeah.
But I went with Grindhouse because I saw that one in the theater. And that's what I went for, both of those.
That was a 4-hour movie, dude.
It was. There was a little intermission in between.
Nice. Honorable mention.
But it was. I didn't feel like I sat there for 4 hours. It was awesome.
No, because it was thoroughly entertaining.
Yep.
Along with the fake, fake movie trailers in between the two.
Oh, yeah.
That's when they did the fake trailer for Machete.
Danny Trejo as Machete.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they came out with the movie Machete. So I'm like,
what was the other one? It didn't have like nuns or something.
Yeah, that's right. It was like assassin drug dealer nuns from Mexico, and they were all Robert Rodriguez fucking trailers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I went Grindhouse.
I remember Cheech Martin was the priest.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yep. So that was my number 1, Grindhouse. Action.
Nice. Very good.
Honorable mentions.
No, I'm good.
Okay. My top 5 list. My number 5, Overlord. It was like when you said action harm, like
I totally forgot about that movie, and I can't believe I did.
Yeah,
that one, like I remember, like blew our minds because we weren't sure what it was going to be about, and then
the opening scene, like was just like the plane gets gunned down.
Yeah.
Yep.
My number 4, Prey.
It's a good move.
Okay.
And I definitely agree that Prey is more on the horror side than almost any of the other Predator films. Except for Predators.
Well, yeah.
That one was really a horror film. That was pretty wild. My number 3, Blade.
It's a good flick.
All right.
My number 2, From Dusk Till Dawn. Because that one even starts out, the whole beginning is just an action film.
Yes.
You're not even really aware that it's a
not at all
film until the end.
Correct. Now was that the only one that made all 3? I think so.
My number 1, Mandy.
Nice.
Okay.
I think you guys both have that in every list.
I put Mandy as number 1 because I still think of that one every day. When someone asks me what horror movie should I watch if I'm like getting into horror, but I want something really good, I go, fucking Mandy.
Yep.
Mandy. It had great actors in it.
Oh God.
Right? You have Richard Brake.
Yeah,
he was fucking great in there. He
was insane.
Like, yeah, it was a great
It's kind of trippy
movie. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I got 2 honorable mentions. I got Malignant and The Thing.
Good, both good ones. Both good ones. Yeah, Malignant, especially that prison scene at the end, where she just like starts like like doing all kinds of crazy shit, killing all them bitches. That was intense.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a great Stephen King story turned into a.
I had They Live, but I thought it was too much sci-fi. I omitted it from the list, so I guess if you want to call that my honorable mention, but like I said, I thought that was too much sci-fi.
Nice. Very good. Okay. Next. I got a notebook for my top 5. It goes all the way back to episode.
Yeah, mine goes back pretty far too.
And every time I ate a banana and it had a sticker on it, I stuck it on here.
Got to eat more bananas.
Dude,
I do eat more, but they don't all have stickers on them.
I have All the Devils Are Here as the front page of my notebook.
Well, I wonder what episode that was, because that was fucking terrible.
It's one of our most popular episodes, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. I know, it's kind of crazy, but that's because a lot of people like that film. I can't see how.
It's terrible. Yep. It's one of the few that we just stopped watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was top 5 haunted house movies. Anyway, all right. Now we're going to move on to our film review. The film review this month is the film Dust Bunny. This is a new 2026 film. Actually,
December 2025. December 2025. Yeah, just missed the cut for this year.
Yeah. So the synopsis is 10-year-old Aurora, which I love how you can't say her
Aurora.
fucking name.
Aurora. Little girl.
And then she goes, my name is Aurora. He goes, Aurora. And she's like, Aurora. You can't even see my name.
I'll just call you little girl.
10-year-old Aurora has a mysterious neighbor played by Mads Mikkelsen who kills real-life monsters. He's a hitman for hire. So when Aurora needs help killing the monster she believes ate her entire family, she procures his services. Suspecting that her parents may now, may have fallen victim to assassins gunning for him, Aurora's neighbor guiltily takes on the job. Now, to protect her, he'll need to battle an onslaught of assassins and accept that some monsters are real.
Good cast, too.
It's directed by Brian Fuller, produced by Basil Iwanok, Erica Lee and Brian Fuller. Screenwriter was Brian Fuller. Distribution was Roadside Attractions and Lionsgate Films. Production company is Thunder Road Films, Living Dead Guy Productions. It is rated R for some violence. And the genre is fantasy horror. It was originally released in theaters December 12, 2025, with a wide audience, a wide release. and then released to streaming January 13th, 2026. The box office in the U.S. only grossed $584,000. Runtime was an hour and 46 minutes.
I could see why it didn't. I mean, it was a hard movie to kind of
Well, here's the problem.
It's fantasy horror, and my first thoughts were, go ahead, sorry, Sal.
Well, here's the problem that I saw. The trailer sucked.
Yeah.
It didn't sell the film good enough. Like, if I would have known what it was about now that I've seen it, I would have went to the theater.
Yeah, it was only because it was Mads Mikkelsen, and I thought the concept was a great idea.
Weaver. Well, they showed Sigourney Weaver in the trailer too.
They did, but the thing is, they didn't give you a real idea what the fucking film was about.
Which I kind of get. You don't want to give the entire film away, but you could have done a better job of maybe
you got to sell it. You got to sell it to me, man.
Because the title and the trailers don't go together. Like, you don't find out until you watch the movie why it's called what it's called. So we probably should pause right now and say that we're going to talk spoilers, right? Because
yeah, so let's pause right now. We are going to talk spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, and I do recommend seeing it, pause here, go see it, and then find out what we thought about it.
Yeah, I thought it was like a combination of a Tim Burton film and a Quentin Tarantino film.
Yeah, so do you know that the guy who wrote and directed it, this is his directorial debut for film. He did TV show Hannibal, which is where him and Mads Mikkelsen, worked together.
Nice.
It was different, but it was different in a good way. Like,
yeah,
the first 10, 15 minutes, it was kind of slow, and I couldn't, because they kind of bounced back and forth between they didn't do a good job with the flow in the first 15, 20 minutes, I don't think. But then once you kind of got your idea around who he was and what she was going through, it started to make more sense, and then the movie was easier to follow. That was my only problem with it.
Yeah. It was kind of weird for me because when I started watching it, you didn't know quite what was going on. But at first, with the animated dust bunny, and then the dust bunny digging under her floor, and then the dust bunny growing and coming after her, the first thing I was thinking is oh man, don't tell me this is going to be like fucking Sucker Punch. Do you remember Sucker Punch?
Yeah.
No.
Sucker Punch was a fucking crazy ass action film.
That was like well, Chris, you don't like first person. It was like a first person.
Oh yeah, it was a first person movie.
Was it first person? No,
I think so.
No, Sucker Punch was all the chicks and they were doing these.
I remember the trailer for that. Now I never saw the movie, but I remember.
Oh,
I remember now you say that. I remember the trailer, but I never saw the movie.
Yeah, but then at the end, they fucking revealed that none of it was real. It was all in their heads because they were getting raped and, and tortured in a mental hospital.
So I could see.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my
So I could see
God,
why you didn't want this to be like that movie.
Yeah, so you leave the theater going,
what the fuck?
I feel violated. I was having a great time with this action film, and then at the end, it turns out this is them playing out this rape and trying to get away from it in their heads. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And at the end, the girl gets fucking lobotomized because she's like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm like, what the? Yeah,
I guess that's why it's called Sucker Punch.
Ever because exactly, because at the end, bam, right in the gut, and you walk out of the theater going, oh my God, I feel
at least this wasn't that then.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, please don't tell me this little girl's getting abused and she's imagining these monsters as part of their abuse. Like, I was fucking...
I thought they did a good job with the pacing so you weren't sure what she was, if it was really real or if it wasn't real, because none of the adults believed her. And then as they reveal more and more of her story, you're like, okay, well, so what the hell is going on here?
And then at one point too, you thought it might have been people. Like when he was saying, he's like, your parents were killed by bad people.
Well, that's why I was thinking that she's imagining the monster.
Yeah,
like
that's her way of coping.
Horror is but holy.
But I thought the cinematography was really cool, like the camera angles he took and stuff like that. Like the way he
absolutely
the way he followed that one scene, that battle scene in Chinatown. I thought was awesome, where it flashed back and forth between her seeing the shadow dragon, but also then the dudes in the dragon.
Yes.
So that was also what made me still question, like, was she really seeing what she thought she was seeing? You know?
Right. Well, even the part like at the near the end when the FBI woman is in the house and those people are outside the door and the girl goes to open the door, and as her shadow of her hand comes across, it
Yeah.
looks like a
Yeah.
monster with really long like fingers.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I don't know if she like
Yeah, it was like
if she's
Nosferatu.
right. Is she like
Yeah.
seeing monsters that are really there that no one
So
else
that
can
was the
see?
great thing about that third act, though, when they finally just put it all out there, right? Like, and there was like David Dallas Malshin, like his character was pretty good. Like, you know, he was kind of cold and like, you know, had that hitman kind of like thing going, and then all of a sudden he just like they're all like standing on the wall. She's like, "We're not getting down. We're not getting down."
When the
something on
FBI
the
came
floor.
in, and then when they had him on the ground, they were on the ground handcuffing him. They're like, "All right, get me off the floor."
On the floor.
Yeah.
Like, just get us out
of
here.
I thought like they did a good job too with the reveal of the monster. Like it slowly they showed more and more and more until they finally in that third act like showed you, like, and it was like really some fucked up werewolf looking kind of like giant bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hair was over its eyes. It was like weird.
It was
And
a
at
dust
first
bunny.
I thought it was a practical effect, but then there was one part that really bothered me. They showed it like move something and go into the floor, and it was a really bad CGI. Like, it was just like, I don't know, the way they did it there. It was
it was like going down.
Yeah,
it
was just that one spot, because for a while I thought it was really like a giant puppet or something like that until they did that one, and maybe it was for most of it, and maybe it was just when they were doing the floor blending things, which I also thought was pretty sweet. How it just like would pop up out of
it went back in the floor, and the floor just kind of stayed the way it was. It didn't like break. I know what part you're talking about.
And if you watch it all the way to the end,
there's an extra bonus scene. Yeah, I watched it.
Was there something? Damn it! Was there really?
Yep.
Yeah.
But besides it being a fantasy horror, which I could see definitely like kind of gave me fairy tale horror vibes.
See that we haven't done a top 5 fantasy horror yet.
But the relationship the two of them built together, I thought was endearing too. Like,
yes,
supposedly, what's his name? The guy who was the director writer wanted to create an easy access horror movie for people who wanted like their families to get into horror. And he said, so he tried his hardest to make it PG-13, but something, I forget what's one of the scenes they ended up like giving an R rating, which he was kind of bummed out about. But it had a feel good part to it too. You know, the two of them, like she starts, and that little girl was great. Like, I loved her character, you know, like she was really intelligent and played that role spectacularly, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, some of the violence was pretty violent. I guess that's where it got its R rating.
But it was also interesting how like Mads Mikkelsen's character was like wanting to help her, like wanting to take care of her, even though
his mom,
what's her name's character? Yeah, we find out it's his
don't
mom.
Call me that,
because he calls her mom, and she goes, "Don't call me that. It's hurtful."
Yeah,
there was a lot of really,
there was
a lot of really good, just like small like one-liner conversations that went on.
The coldest woman ever, right?
She was, yeah.
I think he did a great job on the screenplay.
Oh,
like I really enjoyed it. I think the dialogue was good. I think the moments between characters was really good. Especially, once the FBI person is there and they see the monster, and she's like, "Well, I guess there's monsters."
Yeah,
I told you. That was the fun part too. Where she's like, "See, now are you like super happy now?" Like, he's like, "No, I'm. That's not what I would call what I am right now."
Yeah, exactly. But it was really good. It was well done. And then just to tell you, because you don't want to go pay for it again or whatever, the ending scene is just the kitchen cabinet falls open. It has like an ironing board. Boom! It falls open, and it's the FBI lady still alive.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, you think she got eaten, but she didn't. Yeah, she comes out on an iron board.
Oh, that's funny. That's a great way to end it. Yeah, real nice.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't know if you saw when the car was driving away, the shadow underneath, you could tell it was the bunny. So I'm wondering, they really could do a sequel if they wanted to. since the bunnies still
So
follow.
I thought it was it was a very entertaining film. It had some heartfelt moments. When you learn that she lost 3 families to this monster, and then she says it happens because I wish for the monster and I'm wicked. And I'm like, wow, man, it really
must have
was
been some bad parent.
Yeah.
And then when he learned about the thumb sucking,
thumb sucking,
and he used it.
And he used it to make himself taste bad, so that the rabbit, the dust bunny, was like groaning underneath the floorboards, and then puked them out.
It was fun. Like, and I said, like I really liked the camera angles and the shots that he did. Like it made it like seem like Craig said, like more like what movie did you compare it to?
I said
Tim Burton. Yeah, definitely had like a Tim Burton kind of
very much
imagination to it.
Yep.
The colors were bright. The whole set pieces were
even like
unique.
the apartment building that they stayed in was like a weird looking apartment building, like it
very retro.
Apparently they like live on the edge of Chinatown, so it's like a retro old, like all the pastel colors inside the apartment and stuff. So it was I was thoroughly surprised at how good of a film it is. And then I felt like, oh shit, I should have seen it in the theaters. I bet it would look great on a big screen. And
it would have, for sure.
And then I just feel like the marketing division
dropped the ball.
Just did a shitty job selling the film.
Agree. Because it had a great cast too.
Yeah. All right, let's go over our rating system here. So we have visuals.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I was gonna go 5, but like I said, there was that one part where like the CGI bothered me because the blending wasn't the best.
Yeah, and that kind of made it kind of like it threw you off.
But as a whole, I thought it was
shit.
Yeah, initially I was gonna go 4.5, but like I said, you think about it, sit down. I'm gonna go 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4. Yeah, so let's give it an overall 4 from us. The sound design. The sound design was very interesting because the sound of the monster under the floorboards, the screams and the groaning of people,
and there was that song that played in the background too.
Yeah, and the cool thing is near the end when all that was going on with the FBI, they showed you, because remember he asked them, a monster ate your parents, and nobody heard it. None of the neighbors.
Yeah.
And then they show that the door was blown open, but there was like a sound barrier. They couldn't hear the people screaming and the monster.
Yeah, because she said the monster could eat other stuff besides just the people. She ate like their screams and the I gave that a 4 as well.
Yeah, sound design was very good.
Yep. Yeah, there was a lot. They used sound instead of visuals for you to use your imagination of what was going on, right?
Exactly.
And you could tell what was going on.
All right. Actually, and during that, I was listening for a Wilhelm scream. There was none. Made me sad. All right.
Did you guys both go 4?
The overall acting I thought was great.
You guys both went 4 for that too?
Yep.
Yeah. For the acting, you're saying?
4.5 for the acting. That's what I.
Yeah, the little girl was a great actor. And of course, Mads Mikkelsen.
Sigourney Weaver was really good too as her role. Like I couldn't figure out why she was walking so weird at first, and then when she pulled off those shoe guns,
and they were guns. Yeah,
that was pretty sweet. And
she played a real cold-hearted bitch.
The FBI agent chick, she was good too. I went 4.
Yeah, same here. So we'll do it a 4 overall. Story.
I went 5 for story. I thought it was totally different and fun and unique and.
Yeah, I think a 5 for sure. Like I said, the screenplay was great because the dialogue was good, the settings were good, like the character development was good. All that put together, the story was really interesting.
Yeah, I went 5 for that.
Yep.
And I love that because the thing is, there's so many remakes getting done nowadays. Unique individual films with great stories are fucking awesome.
Yep.
So I'm going to give it a 5 on that too. Craig, your thought?
I was going to give it 4.5. I'll bump it up to a 5.
All right. 5 it is. The fun and fear factor.
I went 4 with that too.
Fun. Yeah. More fun than fear for sure.
Definitely more fun than fear. Yeah.
So that's why I went.
But my thought is I was going to give it a 4.5 because, like I said, it was there were parts of it were very goofy, kind of like whimsical fantasy stuff. So it really earned that fantasy genre for sure. And you said Peter Felterschnatch. What do you say?
4, yeah.
And Deedle Nick, you?
4.
All right, so let's go with a 4. That's good. Yeah. And then let's tally it up. And we got an overall score of 4.5. Wow, another good one. So let's record that.
It was so unique. It was like it was notes. Someone rolled the dice on something different and did a great job.
Yeah, I really feel bad that it didn't make any money in the theaters. But the thing about it, like I said, often when it comes to film, it takes marketing. Word of mouth does a lot if it's a great film. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this will become a cult classic because it's, for the most part, kind of family friendly. It's not quite, but it's one of those films that if they just would have marketed it a little better, would have had more people watching it, and the word of mouth would have gotten around that, hey, this is a really
I've been telling people
film.
I know, even people who don't really like horror so much, that they should check it out, because I'm like, it's a horror-ish movie, but like there's it's not scary. There's not really a lot of blood and guts. There's some kill scenes, but a lot of it's up to your imagination. But it's a fun movie.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So let me do this. We're gonna go to. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in.
It's the first good one I've picked in a while.
Letterbox.
I've picked a few bad ones lately. I try to like.
It's okay. Listen, you roll.
I try to find different shit, and
there is sometimes some low hanging fruit. You got to take it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't consider this one low hanging fruit because it wasn't.
Well, but like Sal said, the trailer itself was, it's okay. It doesn't really sell the movie though. But I like Mads Mikkelsen, so I was like, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I like Mads Mikkelsen too, but I'm with the prices of everything going up nowadays, I'm very much more discretionary about.
And the trailer wasn't something that made you want to go to the theater to see it.
Didn't sell me. I was like, I'll watch it on streaming. And if they just would have given me more insight of what it was really about, I think I probably would have.
Because it would have been fun to see in the theater.
Would have definitely. Yeah. All right, so let's wrap this show up with a little bit of the outro. And like an asshole, I close my notes. All right, so first of all, as always, I want to say thank you to our listeners to listening to us bullshit with each other, because really we do this just for that.
Yep.
We love horror films. We like to talk about horror films. We like to keep our little group here all updated as to what's going on in the world of horror films. So thank you for taking your time to listen.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to leave us some feedback, you can send us an email at feedback@the-american-nightmare.com, or you can call us and leave a voicemail, 1-562-247-5855. And we'll take suggestions for top fives, films we should watch. You can call and berate us and tell us how shitty we are or whatever. No subject is off limits.
I would be thrilled to death if somebody called and just said
that would be great.
Yeah, just listen. Just don't call us and try to sell us a car warranty or a personal loan. Anything outside of that is fine.
Religious cult.
Yeah, that's no, thank you. All right. All right. So until next month, you'll hear from us again.
Yeah. Thanks all.
Thanks, everybody.